a brand new chain. I expect it to stretch a little bit on this first cut. All right, logs are all moved, and I think I'm going to start while my chain is the sharpest and my back is the strongest. I'm going to start with the biggest logs I got out here, so I might bounce around a couple times, but let's get going before the weather changes and start getting rained on. At this point in the video editing process, I realize I never gave an intro. So, my name is Matt, and you're watching Firewood in the Field. Thanks for being here. While I was recording this footage, I knew I was taking a lot of footage, and it would be too much for one video. So I recorded a couple various sign-offs during the day, and I tried to record in a manner where I could make more than one video from this footage, but as you can see, I forgot to record a dedicated introduction. Apologies, but appreciate your patience with me on my YouTube learning journey. Leave me a comment if you think this is a good way or a bad way to deal with a lot of logs. So what do you think? I'm going to spread them out so I can get to them without climbing on top of a pile. They are on the dirt, so I'm going to have to watch out to make sure I don't, hit my chain on the ground. And I am going to be bending over. Now I'll try to stand and buck as much as I can. I'm just running a 24-inch bar today, so I'm going to have to do a little bit of bending over. Yeah. What do you think? Got any ideas? Got any suggestions for me? I'm all ears. But when I come back, I'll have the saw running. Not quite sure how much I'll capture. At a minimum, I'll bring you back when I'm done cutting for the day and show you what's left. This is a brand new chain. I expect it to stretch a little bit on this first cut. Go snug the chain up. Okay, as you can see behind me, a bunch of sawing happened this afternoon. 3 tanks of gas to the 7010P, just shy of. I was in the middle of the second tank of gas. A friend of mine stopped by, but after he left, I went to refill and it was almost empty. I probably only would have got another cut or two. I almost got everything cut that I drug out with the tractor. All in all, that's about as far as I hope to get today. There is still, if I go back in behind the tractor, there is another pile of maple back in there and a couple sticks of oak in it, and there's a couple more ash logs. But this is good for now. And now I got to figure out how to split it all. I go back to work tomorrow anyway. My vacation is over. So it was a nice last hurrah for me before I have to go back to work. Well, hopefully the ground is dry enough over the Thanksgiving break. As my plan is to bring the splitter out here. I have a new machine to me. I have a vertical splitter that you guys have not seen yet. You probably have seen the brand. This is not some new reveal in the market, new on my channel. But at least with the channels I watch, I don't see a lot of this brand and model of splitter being used. So I'm excited, one, to have it and get to use it, and two, bring it, show it to everybody here on the channel. Usually, I prefer to stack rounds. I know it takes a little time, but if I know I'm not going to split them for a while, I like to get them up on skids or something so they're not on the dirt. As long as I get out here in the next week or so, I'm just going to leave the woodyard as it is. I mean, my shop and everything else I got is a mess. Why not my woodyard too? But yeah, I love the 7310P. I'm going to call it officially broken in now. I know I was counting tanks of fuel. I can't remember if I started today on tank 4 or tank 5, but I'm probably at tank 7 or tank 8, 7 or 8 tanks of fuel through the saw at this point. It's cutting great. Uh, I actually am really liking it with the 24-inch bar. I kind of planned in my mind to run the 28 on it all the time. We'll just see how it goes. But appreciate you being here. Hope you enjoyed the ride today. For Matt at Firewood in the Field, see you next time.